Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest episode in the CloudVersations series. My name is Oliver Wingrove, Head of Hyperscaler Strategy with SAP's Partner Ecosystem Success Team here in Singapore. I'm excited to be joined today by Cathy Ward, SAP's Chief Operating Officer for Asia Pacific and Japan, and Karan Bajwa, the Vice President for Google Cloud Asia Pacific. In the fast-changing, volatile environment of today, we know that achieving and sustaining business success means continuously pushing innovation to fuel growth. So, more than ever, it's important for businesses to stay nimble and put in place the right company culture, strategy, and infrastructure to support that. Today, we will hear from Cathy and Karan on how SAP and Google Cloud are helping customers through their transformation journey, and how businesses like yours are innovating for growth. Welcome, Cathy. Welcome, Karan.
Thank you, Oliver.
Karan, if I can start by asking you, how can organizations benefit from the SAP and Google Cloud partnership?
Foremost, Cathy, Oliver, thank you for the opportunity and thank you for the partnership as well. We worked with SAP and your teams across the region for many years to make it easy for customers to run SAP on Google Cloud. Today, with this significant partnership expansion, I believe organizations can benefit in three ways. Foremost, it's about executing a seamless business transformation that allows them to deliver all of the benefits of a modern cloud-native applications infrastructure economically and without disrupting day-to-day operations, which is so critical to the workloads that you run. Your workloads represent, in most cases, very mission-critical, business-critical applications. So reliability and uptime are critical in the customer's mind. Second, it's about innovation, again, which is so core in the minds of the customer, by taking advantage of Google's advanced AI, machine learning, and analytics tools on the immense SAP data that sits in their infrastructure, and helping them with insights across the value chain of clients and partners, ultimately helping them to remove cost from the system, as well as drive new revenue streams. And thirdly, it's about the most important subject that's on top of mind for people. It's about sustainability and the practices that we bring to the table by moving SAP applications to the Google Cloud, which incidentally is the cleanest cloud in the industry today. And that helps businesses to instantly reduce IT emissions, as well as achieve trackable and measurable sustainability goals.
Thank you, Karan. And if I can come to you, Cathy, how is this SAP and Google Cloud partnership reflected in the region that we're so passionate about in terms of Asia Pacific and Japan?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, a very warm welcome once again, Karan. It's great to be doing Cloud Conversations. Asia Pacific Japan, you started with the whole digital transformation piece. That's so important here, just given the pace of change in the region. And globally, this is the region to be in. We are the fastest growing region globally. 60% of the world's growth comes from this region over the next 10 years. There's a shift in the global economies, GDP 40% by 2030. So a big, big growth opportunity, which I think SAP working with Google Cloud can have a significant outcome for our customers. Innovation, Karan, you talked about innovation as well. Again, if we look at the macro level for APJ, 160 billion of funding coming into this region from VCs alone in the last 12 months. 2 or 3 of the world's largest, most innovative countries in the world, and also that influx of innovation is really driving the growth. And we have some brilliant examples of where we're partnering. So I'm not sure for those of you that have been traveling in Indonesia or been to the beautiful island of Bali, you may well have got a Bluebird taxi if you have been travelling around, and that's one of our joint customers who specifically chose to work with SAP and Google Cloud based on our ability to integrate into their operation systems and to be able to help drive a seamless customer experience. And I know we've got many more examples across Southeast Asia as well. And I think the final piece is sustainability. Back to us solving solving for IT emissions, it's much bigger than that. It's actually, again, this region, maybe not a statistic to be proud of, but 45% of the global carbon emissions come from Asia. So together, I think with Google Cloud and SAP, the applications, the services that we have can really help go beyond IT emissions and help our customers on that climate change journey as well.
That sounds hugely exciting, Cathy. Now, we've also seen a lot of disruptions in the way that businesses have been operating over the last 2 years, what with pandemic and geopolitical factors. How are SAP and Google Cloud helping customers of all sizes meet their growth ambitions in today's sort of volatile world?
Absolutely. I think we've all experienced that disruption for sure. So that's all about our RISE proposition. And together with our strategic partner, Google Cloud, we are really trying to ease our customers' journey to the cloud so that our customers have that agile, innovative platform to be able to respond to the disruption. And RISE is really all about providing business transformation as a service. It's a golden ticket, a concierge service, if you will, to bringing together products, services, and best practices on a scalable, flexible, secure, hyperscaler system to be able our customers to understand, analyze, and most importantly, adopt and perhaps now even more accelerate those business processes, whether they're industry business processes or new emerging business processes. And with Google Cloud, the partnership allows our customers to take their business critical systems, applications, and put those systems into a secure, future-proofed environment and run sustainable operations. And I think the other piece, for those of you who haven't heard about the program, the Cloud Acceleration Program, it's one of a kind. Google is the only partner we're working with that has invested in this program with the purpose of helping customers accelerate that journey to cloud. So in the very first phases, there's a lot of infrastructure costs and enablement to get on that cloud journey. And the acceleration program provides financial incentives to really ease that process. So if you haven't heard about it, I would definitely encourage you to do so.
Thank you, Cathy. And adding to that, Karan, could you share more from Google Cloud's perspective? How do you see the two companies helping customers together? And can you give us some industry examples?
Sure. First of all, thank you for pointing out the CAP program. It really is an investment from our side to help customers accelerate their transformation. And you see businesses across industries are pursuing digital transformation, a trend that's only accelerated. And I typically feel that before the pandemic, digital was a part of the strategy. Post the pandemic, digital is the strategy. Yes. And that's the change that I've seen. And Google Cloud is enabling them to rapidly adapt to disruptions and build digital resiliency. We are helping in not just ensuring continuity, but also capitalizing on the emerging opportunities that are very specific to their industries. Let's take a couple of examples. Retail, customers like the Home Depot, they leverage SAP applications like CAR to manage supply and customer demand, to manage stocking, supply, finances, and much more. By applying the analytics capabilities, the AI capabilities that Google provides, retailers can get a much faster insight into the data at the point of sale practically, so that there is quicker decision making, and adapt to unprecedented changes in buying behavior, ensuring that products get into the hands of the consumers way faster. Manufacturing, which is the core of what you do in many ways, in addition to providing just the infrastructure, we are providing capabilities to get more value out of industrial IoT applications, giving data and streamlining manufacturing processes, enabling physical distancing, which was so important for us, touchless interactions, enhancing visual inspection, and way more. The examples carry on. Media and entertainment, we are helping businesses scale for spike, which is the nature of the business in media and entertainment. The consumption world and the consumption patterns really change very fast in that, including things like providing remote workstations to keeping the shows in the air even while people are not physically in offices. Healthcare, life sciences, again, we've had many examples together. So cross-industry, Olivia, I believe there is great examples of what we've set up globally. The opportunity for us together is to now replicate them on scale, and including in Asia Pacific, as Kathy said, which is the fastest growing region across the world. That's the unique opportunity for us together.
Yeah, that's great, Karan. And I think it's really impressive to see Google Cloud and SAP together helping customers in so many ways. Elaborating on that, Kathy, what do you see as some of the biggest opportunities that customers have when transforming their businesses? And how are SAP and Google Cloud helping customers set that transformation agenda?
Yeah, no, great question. And I think, Karan, we were talking about this earlier. When we're with customers, we're seeing now a shift perhaps away from this pure focus on cost efficiency and effectiveness now to a broader set of new areas for focus. And it's not to say that cost efficiency and effectiveness aren't important, but is that really now the primary focus of an organisation? And I think the answer to that is perhaps not. And some of these trends that we're seeing, Karan, you spoke about it earlier, resilience. We know that the last couple of years has just laid bare some of the fragility in the supply chains. This single source, just in time, over optimization, this efficiency focus has caused fragility and vulnerability. And so many of our customers are now talking to us about re-engineering their processes for resilience, so they bend, they don't break in the future, for that future readiness. The second area, and again, Karan, you've mentioned the whole intelligent tech area, building intelligence into business process so that the processes themselves are business AI driven. So they learn, they predict, they can respond to this disruption that we're seeing. The third area around sustainability, we've talked about that a few times now. Sustainable processes, not just good for the environment, but make a lot of financial sense. I know, customers are now making buying decisions based on how sustainable an organisation is. I certainly am. Investors are making decisions based on the sustainability index, and those organisations, we're working with a partner who is the cleanest cloud in the industry, who've invested in green operations, are really seeing the benefits. So sustainability is good for the environment, our people, and the bottom line. And I think the final trend that we're seeing in this new business process category is experience. And I speak for myself, I speak for all of us. Experience is so important now and is a big differentiator, not just to thrive today, but thrive in the future. And building that experience into the processes, whether that's brand, product, employee experience, customer experience, that is so critical to be able to, again, build for future readiness. So resilience, intelligence, sustainable, experiential, trends that we're starting to see. And I think partnering up with Google Cloud, we have a fantastic opportunity back to that growth, that digital transformation in this region, to be able to help our customers, be future ready and manage that ongoing disruption we're going to see.
Thanks, Kathy. And if I can come back to you, Karan, along with the biggest opportunities, one of the top considerations that customers often have when modernizing their SAP applications on Google Cloud is security. What would you say to customers who are evaluating such a critical topic?
And that question's been amplified more in the pandemic, Oliver. What's happened during the pandemic is the digital surfaces have increased, and security, which was always top of mind, is even more important. It's a board-level conversation. It is worth noting here that security has been at the heart of what we do at Google properties all across, and remains an incredibly strong focus for us to be able to maintain the trust that we need as we provide services such as Drive, Search, Gmail. A lot of them have people's data. And that posture extends into the enterprise workloads running on Google Cloud, such as SAP. Google Cloud has security built in, not bolted on, and that's a principle we adopt in our engineering. We start by being able to achieve end-to-end attestation and provenance on our hardware, from the components that is made up all the way through the hypervisor that is built and maintained by Google. Our second pillar here is really encryption at rest. By default, at all times, your data is protected through this encryption. Not even Google can look into your data, by the way. And your data always remains your data and is private to your organization. Thirdly, our own security capabilities within Google Cloud itself offer a very granular security control and intelligent threat detection. We also support partner solutions, third-party partner solutions that enable you to extend the visibility and operationally manage and maintain your own security policy, restrictions, and connectivity your way and the way you define it to be. Lastly, we adhere to very stringent compliance on data and security standards that then allows us to meet these standards in different countries, which is so unique. Every country has their unique requirements, so being aware of those local requirements is how we embrace security more holistically as a company.
Yeah, and that's very reassuring to hear, Karan. Thank you very much. Now, Karan, going beyond security, as businesses emerge from this pandemic and double down on building resilience for the long term, sustainability has become a really key business focus. And so how are SAP and Google Cloud supporting customers on their sustainability journey?
And I'm so happy you bring this up because one, this is so important to both companies. More than importance, it's about how we are taking our passion on this to clients and making it real for them. It is core to this partnership in many ways that we help customers achieve their green line on top of their financial goals. Google has a very long track record on clean energy, and today as we speak, Google Cloud is the only major cloud provider to purchase enough renewable energy to cover our entire operations. And our commitment back to the industry is we will fully decarbonize our electric supply by 2030, which is a bold goal that we have taken, which means that all our data centers will be supplied with carbon-free energy around the clock. By running SAP on Google Cloud, customers are able to move from carbon-intensive environments, which are on-premise in most cases, to data centers, to carbon-neutral infrastructure, helping them achieve their sustainability goals. Organizations also gain the AI-powered data insights that come along and measurement capabilities that we provide from our platform to help them reduce their emissions and also being able to report them. All the while running on the cleanest cloud in the industry, as Cathy very kindly said.
Absolutely.
That's great, Karan. Thank you very much. And as we wrap up this conversation, Cathy, we know that sustainability directly links to SAP's purpose of helping the world run better and improving people's lives. Could you also share more on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you can see the passion and the energy and the way that we run our businesses sustainably. I mean, some great anecdotes there from Karan, and I'll just share probably a few facts that maybe people don't know about SAP as well. So we run our business sustainably, and we are the number one on the Dow Jones Sustainability Index now for 15 years on the run from a software perspective. We've also just put forward our carbon neutral goals, so that we will be actually running net zero across the supply chain, really addressing scope 3 20 years sooner than we originally anticipated, so going for 2030 with that goal. And all of our operations will be carbon neutral by next year. So we are, I guess, an exemplar, as is Google Cloud, of how to run sustainable business. But I think when we're helping our customers on that journey, we have a 3-step approach. First is really helping drive that, baselining of where am I today in terms of running a sustainable business, the data transparency. And together with Google Cloud, I think we have the systems and the platform that has that data. So many of you listening in, with SAP systems, S4HANA, SuccessFactors, Ariba, you have access to that data today. And we know that the sustainability data, ESG, it's going to be managed in the same way as financial data. So you obviously can't do that on an Excel spreadsheet. You need to be able to get the integrity of the data, the source of the data. So the first step is really that data transparency. The second piece is then taking that data and putting it into all of the decision-making processes, the operations across the organization. The green line that you mentioned, Karan, how do we really manage the green line? And then the third piece, which I think goes to the whole, community and ecosystem, is, climate change and the challenges were not created by one person, one organization. It was something that had multiple impacts. And so we really need to then look at how we start to build and connect with suppliers, customers, and partners to build a sustainable network so that we can solve for this together, especially when we start to talk about Scope 3. So that data transparency, bedding it into your processes and decision making, and then the network is how we together are helping our customers on that journey. And of course, running our businesses sustainably as well. So hugely important topic and very relevant to this region, as I mentioned at the beginning.
Well, thank you, Cathy, and thank you, Karan. Thank you both for providing a fantastic insight to the Google Cloud and SAP partnership. And thank you for joining CloudVersations.
Thank you.
Thank you.